Hello English learners, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be exploring some tricky words that often confuse learners. Though, although, even though, despite, and in spite of. First, let's talk about what kind of word they are and why we use them in English. These words are conjunctions. Conjunctions are words that join different parts of a sentence. They help us to connect words, phrases, or clauses to show how they are related to each other. Actually, conjunctions are like the glue that holds a sentence together. We use them to show the relationship between different parts of a sentence. They help us to show connections such as addition, contrast, cause and effect, and more. These words are contrastive conjunctions, which help us highlight an unexpected outcome or contradiction when two sentences conflict with each other. Stick around till the end because by the time we're done, you'll be a pro at using these words in your everyday conversation. Let's get started. Let's kick off things with the word though. Think of though as a little ninja word that goes at the end of a sentence to show contrast. For example, she is very busy. She finds time to exercise though. We want to show that she has a very busy schedule, but she finds enough time to exercise. Another example, she studies hard. She doesn't get good grades though. Normally, we expect getting good grades when we study hard, but it's not the same for her. Another example, the movie was long. It was interesting though. Normally, when a movie is long, we get tired and bored of watching. But this movie was very interesting. Go on, can you make some examples? Comment them below. Now meet although. Unlike though, although likes to show up at the beginning of the sentence to show contrast. Like, although blah blah, comma, blah blah. You need example, right? Although it was raining, we went for a walk in the park. Normally, when it is raining, everyone prefers to stay home. But not the same for me. I went for a walk. One more example. Although she doesn't have much money, she goes on vacation every year. Is it possible? Normally, when someone doesn't have money, they try to save up and cut expenses. But it's not the same for her. She goes on vacation every year. Take this one. Although he studied hard, he failed the exam. Normally, when you study hard, you get good grades. You pass, but he failed. Look at the final example. Although he is short, he can play basketball very well. Normally people think that for playing basketball very well, you need to be tall. But he is short. He can play basketball very well. Next up, we have even though. It is used to show an unexpected result or contrast, just like though and although. We can use even though at the beginning or between the clauses. Like, even though blah blah, comma, blah blah. Or blah blah, comma, even though blah blah. You need an example. John is allergic to cats. Even though he knows it will make him sneeze, he got one. His allergies to cat is not important and didn't stop him from having a cat. Or even though I was very tired, I went to the gym. Normally, when we are tired, we prefer to stay home and relax, but exercising is so important for me, so I went to the gym. Can you place even though in the middle of the clauses? I'll give you a second to think about it. Are you saying this? Great. Let me give you one more example. She didn't pass the exam even though she studied hard. This time, can you place even though at the beginning of the sentence? Go on, write it in the comments for me. Now let's move on to the superheroes of contrast. Despite and in spite of. These two words are used to show that something happened even though something else might have prevented it. Despite and in spite of are followed by a noun, a gerund, you know gerund, that's a verb plus ing, or a whole group of words. You can use them at the beginning or in the middle of your sentence. For example, she passed the exam despite feeling sick. It means her sickness didn't stop her from passing the exam. There are some students who fail the exams because they are unwell, but it's not true for her. She passed the exam. Another one, in spite of the rain, a noun, they had a perfect time at the picnic. The rainy weather didn't stop them from having fun. Here's a fun trick to remember. Despite and in spite of are like twins, but in spite of is a bit fancier. It's more formal. Be careful. There is a common mistake, a very common mistake that almost everyone make. Despite of. No. Despite. 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 In spite of. In spite of. In spite of. Memorize them. Despite, in spite of. And among this list, though is like a friend who always shows up late to the parties. So it always hangs out at the end. Keep these tricks in mind and now you are a master of these words. These words might seem a little tricky, but with a little practice, you'll be a pro at using them in your conversation. You can share your examples or ask your questions in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this video till the end. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell to get a notification for new uploads. I'll be back soon. Stay around and watch one of these videos here to improve your English. Bye-bye.